A really interesting moment. Sir Keir Starmer, who can't define what a woman is, and when he's asked by Nick Ferrari whether a woman can have a penis, I'm sorry, I know it's before the watershed, but this is what is going on in our country, can't answer the question. And now it appears a rather big shift, because he now backs a ban on transgender athletes in female competition. I mean, why we're even having this debate is totally and utterly beyond me, but we have been for some time, and we've seen swimming champions that were men turn women, and many other sports, cycling, etc. Well, one person who put her head over the parapet on this some time ago and has taken a shed load of abuse is, of course, Sharron Davies, former Olympic swimmer for Great Britain. And Sharron joins me down the line live right now. Sharron, you were very early on this. And yeah. I know you were called terrible things by a lot of people. You were bigoted, you were this, you were that. Do you begin to feel that maybe the pendulum is swinging back towards common sense and fairness for female athletes?
Yeah, you're right. So the IC changed the rule in 2015. So I've been talking about this since 2015. And the reason I talk about it so much is that East Germany era that I was involved with, you know, where those young girls were given huge amounts of testosterone, put through a form of male puberty, and then totally dominated women's sport for 20 years. And nothing was done. So I saw so many of my friends lose out. And I just did not want to see another generation of young girls lose out, because exactly the same thing was going to happen, but even worse, because this wasn't just East Germans. This was going to be across the whole world and across every single sport. And we've now got about 900 trans-identifying men that we know. We've got 50 in the FA just here in England. And in fact, just this last couple of weeks, we've had the FA not standing up for a league of 6,000 young girls up in Yorkshire, where the parents of a trans-identifying young boy says he wants to play football with the girls. The parents and the girls have said, no, we want to keep this as a girls' sport, please, for safety and for fairness. And the FA have said, we're going to close you down. So one boy outranks 6,000 girls who want to play fair sport. And this is how ridiculous this has become. I have to say, it's good news to hear what Keir has to say today. I'm not holding my breath, if I'm really honest, because there's a lot of this that goes on. And first and foremost, he needs to be able to identify what a woman is. You know, we can't protect women if we can't define them. And at the moment, the Equality Act has been on purposely made grey. So the first thing we need to do is to clarify that. And when we use the word sex, we mean biological sex. And we need to be able to defend sex discrimination in this country. And at the moment, it's very difficult to do that.
And this is biological sex through puberty, isn't it? Isn't that the key point?
Well, it's biological sex full stop. So humans can't change sex. It's absolutely impossible to do that, you know, and this word intersex, which is an old fashioned word, really it's DSD, differences of sexual development. Even people with differences of sexual development who are an absolutely minuscule part of society, they're still male or female. And they still cannot change sex. So, you know, it doesn't matter what hormones you take, how much testosterone you suppress, what surgery you take, you will still be male or female. That's biological. And in fact, things like Q angle, which is the shape of your hips to your knees, it's irrelevant. That will stay the same, you know, and for women, it's much wider because obviously we're childbearing, and something like football, 6 times as many ACL knee injuries for females compared to males because of our anatomy. So it's just, you know, and also you have to remember, there's only 1,000 women in the UK that earn their living from sport. There's 11,000 men. And 2% of the sponsorship dollar goes to women compared to 98% goes to men. So we already have this really tiny piece of the cake anyway, you know, which we're working on trying to grow. And this will not help it by turning around and saying that, you know, we value the feelings of males more than we value the reality of people that are biologically female.
Sharron, I'm not even going to bother to try and challenge you on any of that. It all makes absolute sense. And I bet there are people watching and listening to this now who are saying, blooming good on you, Sharron Davies. You put your head over the parapet even before the Brexit referendum, and you've never stopped campaigning. You're beginning to win, but you're only just beginning to win. And well done you. Thank you for joining me here on GB News. I sense that Sharron's got a lot more work to do, but the mood music is changing. The pendulum is beginning to swing.